Welcome to Focus AI, the podcast that explores how artificial intelligence is reshaping business, technology, and our world. Today, we're diving into some fascinating insights drawn from a recent guide, AI Value Creators, a book published by industry leaders at IBM, including Rob Thomas, Paul Zikopoulos, and Kate Soule. This is really a blueprint for meaningful AI engagement, packed with real-life success stories and lessons learned.
It goes beyond the basics, promising to enhance understanding of what a modern AI strategy can do for your business.
Absolutely. And one of the core ideas it introduces right away is the concept of a Netscape moment for generative AI, or GenAI.
A Netscape moment? That takes me back. Netscape Navigator, the first widely popular web browser, came out in 1994.
Exactly. The authors use this analogy because Netscape made the internet tangible and accessible to everyone. It took the internet out of the hands of a privileged few and democratized it.
And that changed everything. How we store data, communicate, shop, date, even vote.
Right. So calling this a Netscape moment for AI means that the world has now gotten a strong sense of the AI opportunity, leading to a wave of innovation. Just like with Netscape, those who don't become part of this AI wave risk falling behind, facing hefty societal or business consequences.
So it's a moment of democratization, bringing powerful technology to the many.
Precisely. And the book pushes us to think about this transformation as moving from a plus AI business to an AI business.
What's the difference between plus AI and AI plus?
Well, the traditional plus AI approach might see technology supporting human-run processes. The AI plus approach imagines processes run by technology that are supported by or assisting humans. It requires breaking down business workflows into granular components and seeing where AI can take over the rote work, building the human part on top.
So it's not just adding AI to existing processes, but fundamentally rethinking the processes with AI at the core.
That's the idea. It's a different mental model. And central to this is becoming an AI value creator.
AI value creator. That sounds like the title of the book they excerpted. What distinguishes a value creator from just a user?
The source makes it clear. Don't just be an occasional AI user. An AI value creator integrates AI into their organizational culture and implements actionable strategies. A key differentiator they highlight is fine-tuning AI models with your company's data.
Why is using your own data so important?
The authors argue that with many large language models, or LLMs, trained on similar internet data, they risk becoming commoditized over time. The sustainable competitive advantage comes from AI that is trained, steered, or tuned with your specific data on your business problems. This proprietary data is seen as potentially a company's most valuable asset, with a day coming where models might even be recorded as assets in financials.
That's a powerful idea. Your AI models infused with your unique data as actual assets.
Right. And they stress that this means not outsourcing your data and control or reducing your AI strategy to just opaque API calls. You need to understand how models are trained and governed and how your data is used.
So for businesses looking to get started, what's the practical advice from the source?
They suggest starting by identifying the right business opportunities, focusing on outcomes, not just data science projects. And a particularly resonant piece of advice is to choose a low-risk internal automation use case.
Why internal automation? Because if something goes wrong, it's easier to fix. And importantly, it's quiet. It's not for the world to see or ridicule, unlike a public-facing chatbot making embarrassing errors. Examples given include automating HR tasks like booking vacation days or IT automation.
Like fronting an HR system with a natural language interface.
Exactly. Or using AI to automate tasks like patching servers for security vulnerabilities, freeing up IT staff for more complex problems.
That makes sense. Start small, learn the ropes internally, then expand. Another key technology discussed is agentic AI.
Agentic AI? How is that different from just using an LLM?
The source explains that working with agents requires a change in perspective. Instead of designing an AI app for specific tasks, you use an agentic approach focusing on outcomes and objectives. An agent tries to achieve a desired outcome and figures out which tasks are necessary on its own.
Like a team of digital workers collaborating?
Yes, precisely. They give an example of agents working together to write a blog post on inflation and housing prices, and then create appropriate social media posts for different platforms like LinkedIn, X, formerly Twitter, and Facebook.
That's fascinating. The agent figures out the steps and uses tools.
Right. They can even reflect different personas, like a researcher, blog writer, and social media poster. This agentic approach is seen as creating digital labor, augmenting human workers.
So AI isn't just a tool, but can be a collaborator, almost like hiring digital employees?
The book suggests AI's biggest value might be hiring avoidance for non-value creation roles and making companies more attractive places to work by removing grunt work. It frees up employees to focus on what they were hired to do.
That ties into another major theme in the source, skills and upskilling.
It's critical. The half-life of technology skills is short, and you'll miss out on AI's potential if you don't constantly upskill the many. This isn't just for technical roles. Everyone needs a general base knowledge of AI's benefits and cautions.
Democratize AI for the many is to upskill the many.
Exactly. It empowers people to stop walking by problems every day that you could solve or make better with technology. The authors share IBM's experience, including a large-scale skills challenge where employees built AI applications to solve real problems, resulting in significant efficiency gains.
That sounds like a practical way to foster that AI plus mindset.
It is. And the book emphasizes that a robust skills program needs leadership support, accessibility to learning, and a culture that encourages curiosity and continuous learning. They recommend hiring people with innate curiosity, looking beyond just formal education or resumes.
Curiosity killed the cat, but with AI, curiosity thrills the cat.
Haha, exactly. Now, with all this potential comes significant challenges, particularly around responsibility and trust.
The source calls trust the ultimate license to operate.
It's non-negotiable. AI must be built responsibly and transparently with governance integrated throughout the AI lifecycle. This includes fairness, robustness, explainability, and lineage. These should be forethoughts, not afterthoughts.
They mention that the world needs regulation at the speed of right, but governments often move slowly.
Yes, like molasses. The source suggests regulating the use cases for AI rather than the technology itself, proposing a fail-fast, fail-forward, fail-safe approach, where high-stakes use cases, like criminal justice, have more oversight than low-stakes ones, like media recommendations.
That airline chatbot example is a stark reminder of the risks. The airline was held responsible for the LLM's hallucination, even though they didn't own the model.
It highlights the need to carefully choose use cases, especially early on. It also raises complex questions about data privacy, intellectual property, and the potential for exploitation if personal data and digital essence are used indiscriminately by models. Synthetic data is mentioned as one approach to protect privacy.
So while the potential is huge, responsibility and governance are paramount.
Absolutely. Returning to data as a differentiator, the book introduces a method called InstructLab.
InstructLab, what is that?
InstructLab, what is that? It's an open-source method developed at Red Hat and supported by IBM, designed to make it easier to infuse proprietary enterprise knowledge into LLMs. It uses a hierarchical taxonomy to represent skills and knowledge and generates synthetic data based on these recipes to train smaller models.
So instead of manually annotating huge datasets, you create skill recipes?
Exactly. And this process allows companies to create their own specialized models by combining foundation models with their unique data, potentially achieving performance close to larger closed models, but under their own control. It creates a flywheel effect for rapid innovation.
That sounds like a way to build that proprietary AI asset we discussed earlier.
It does. And finally, the book touches on where this is all headed, introducing the idea of generative computing.
Generative computing? Is that different from what we're doing now?
The source argues that current methods, especially using mega prompts that are giant text blobs of instructions, are like patching potholes, messy, hard to maintain, and risky.
Mega prompts sound like trying to cram everything into one text box.
Pretty much.
Generative computing proposes a more programmatic, structured way to interact with LLMs.
It would involve breaking down tasks, structuring prompts with clear instructions and data sections, and potentially using runtimes to orchestrate steps and manage memory.
So it's bringing software engineering discipline to AI interactions?
That's the goal. It aims to improve safety, performance, and maintainability, moving beyond just generating text outputs to building more robust generative systems.
Wow, that's a lot to think about. From a historical Netscape moment to rethinking business as AI plus by becoming AI value creators, focusing on upskilling and responsibility, leveraging data as a differentiator with methods like InstructLab, and looking ahead to generative computing.
It's clear we're in a period of rapid, transformative change. The message from this source is one of urgency, but smart urgency. Act now, understand the technology, get started, but do it responsibly and with a focus on creating real business value.
It sounds like a call to action for leaders and individuals alike.
It definitely is. This isn't just about technology, it's about how we reshape organizations and empower people in this new era of AI.
That wraps up this episode. We hope this discussion has given you a clearer picture of the transformative potential of AI and how to approach it strategically.
A big thank you to our listeners. We'll be back soon with more insights into the world of AI.